guys, it's your boy Hanter back again with yet another tutorial, and today's video we are going to be finishing our medieval house, and then we complete the building and then we render it out. It's not going to take long, it's just going to be like quick settings, what you should know before you start rendering, and some other few tips. For those who have not yet subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button. For those who like this video, smash the like button, and then don't forget to share and then comment, ask questions throughout the topics of Blender that I have taught about. Ask them in the comments below and I'll be happy to respond. For those who want this project first, head over to my Patreon page. It's in the link description below, Cyberrealm, and then you'll get it there, and I pick any type of content you want that I've been making and I keep uploading there. One more thing, I always upload on Patreon earlier before I upload on YouTube. So if you head over to Patreon, you'll be able to get everything that I placed there. So let's hop right into the video.
Easy go.
So we managed to get to this point of making our 3D textures and everything on this building up to this level, and now today let me just briefly speak about what we are going to be doing. Now you look at this roof, if you look at it, it's really straight. Roofs are never that straight. If you look at the wall, yes, it looks like it has bars, but if you look from the side, this is really straight, and like really they are not that realistic. So what we are going to do is we are going to do the details on the roof, on the side of the building, and even inside the building. If you look at the ground closely, if I try and look closely like this, you can see that the floor is just smooth, straight. If you look at this edge here, like the line straight is moving just straight, so it's a smooth floor. What we have to do is I want us to make the carvings on the wall. Even when you see this bar, it shows that this is a very straight line, which I do not like. So let's start on making that design. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to this small render tab here, which is this, and I click the render properties, and you can see our render engine is Eevee. The render viewport is 64, and I mean render is 64 and viewport is 16. You can always configure all these settings. We shall be talking about them in future one by one, or maybe many at a time, but today let's focus on the render engine. I'm going to change my render engine from Eevee. I don't want to use Eevee. The best render engine that would work for us well on this detailed view is Cycles. Now I'm going to select Cycles, and then yes, maximum sum, what number of noise stuff and so on. Don't bother about those details, the default ones will do fine for you. So after I've set my engine to Cycles, I'm going to click this other button, and then it's going to take 2-3 minutes, not minutes, sorry, seconds, and then to bring us to this. Now I know our building looks bad, really bad, but don't worry, that's just a place stuck in the background. We are going to work on that. Now that we're in this viewport mode, this is how Cycle renders. It has reflections, has almost every setting already available in it. Next, what we are going to do is we are going to come to this other icon that is world properties. I click it, and then I select this part where it says open. I'm going to press open, and then I have an HDRI somewhere. We are going to be picking an HDRI and make it the background so that it doesn't remain pink as it is showing right now. So I'm going to press this, look for the HDRI. It's an HDRIs, and then I have this dirty bike ground. Let me see, it's this one. This I always use this one. It's the one I used in the rendering. Yes, there it is. Now we have our background HDRI. You can always turn it, and then whatever way it faces, it doesn't matter, it will do for us well. So our HDRI is in the scene. Now you can see that our building is looking a bit realistic, though not yet, we are not yet there, but it looks at least better than the one we saw in Cycles and the one we saw in the previous icon. So next, what we are going to do is now let's work on these sides of carving on the walls and so on. So I'm going to select the wall, and then the wall texture, we look at the wall material. This is the wall material. Now what we want to do is, in the material we had something like a height map, which is a displacement map. what we did is we connected it to the displacement node, and then we connected it to the displacement option in material output. This is what we call PBRs. We shall learn about them in future, but right now, let's just use them. So I've selected our building. Next, I am going to the material properties, and then I scroll down, and it has an option near in the settings options. It has something of volume. Sorry, not volume, on surfaces. It has displacement. Now, defaultly, it's already set to bump only. What we are going to do is we are going to set from bump only to displacement and bump. So if I click that, you can now see our building has been messed up, like really bad. But don't worry, that's not a big deal. We can fix this. It has been displaced like we asked them to. So what we do is we come down here, and down here we are going to come and set the scale to 0. Let's say 2, and see. Now you can see our building has lowered down. Still too bad. Now, one more thing that I haven't showed you guys that I did is once you come, if it's not showing this, if it's looking worse, there is something I added that I have not showed you. You can come here to this icon of modifier properties, and then in modifiers, when you've selected the object, in modifiers, you come to subdivide surface, this one, and then you select it, and then it will smoothen out your building to look more smoother. Now you can always increase until it be more, it has to have more lines. If we go to wire mesh, it has to have more lines. I've added more lines. Automatically, if you use subdivide, it will add more of these meshes. So that's what you're supposed to click for it to add more. If I remove this, I've just added more on what I already had. You keep subdividing and increasing the level of them from here, from render and viewport. I can't add anymore. These are already enough for my PC. I don't want to blow it up, so these are many lines already, so I can't subdivide it anymore. I can't even apply these settings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this, and then you can see the number of lines have reduced. These are what I created. Now you have to make sure also yours is this subdivided so that the creasing goes exactly to this level. So after you've subdivided, we can now head back, and then, oh, don't forget, once you hit the subdivide surface, one thing I forgot to show you how to apply subdivisions. You come here, and then you say apply. You click this apply button, and then your subdivide will be applied. So let's head back to our part whereby we were trying to render to make the material clear out. So head back here. Yes, now we're trying to see how much we can reduce this. Let me put this on 0.1. Still too big. Let's make it 0.05. Fair enough, but still too big. I'm going to say oh, that's a different one, sorry. 0.02. That's good, but looks so creased. Yeah, but this will do. Now you can see that at the edges of the building, if you draw closer, you can see even the roughnesses here. Then if we draw closer here, you can see that there is a carving here that is really looking realistic. And we are going to do the same thing for all the other objects. Let's also do for the roof. I'm going to select the roof like I've selected. Come here, and then let me begin with the, where should I begin from? Okay, this is also 0.1. So we come to the you have to subdivide it also. I have done that. Then if you take a look, you see mine is already subdivided. Come back here, and then still materials, scroll down to displacement and bump, and then yeah, looks bad, but will be fine. I'm going to reduce this to 0.05. And let me see. Yes, that looks a bit better. Though I think the subdivision wasn't enough. Was it? Oh yeah, it was enough. Was it? Yeah, it is enough. This is enough. I would wish to add more, but nah, it will do just fine. Now, if you look from the sides of the roof, it has those different heights on it. Though of course this is not showing it clearly, but let it render. You can see the carvings, like really it hits the shadows and everything else. So definitely this is how we do this PBR stuff. And now we are going down, and then we also look down on the flow. Hit on the flow, select the flow itself. I zoom out on the nodes tab, and then I come here and say I want also displacement and bound. I've already subdivided it, so if we come here, it's already subdivided, highly subdivided. Come back this side, hit load and update. Yes, now I'm going to zoom in. They have also done the same BS that the others have been doing, so let's also come zoom in closely, and then we say here I want it to point 0 to, and what does it have to say about that? Let's look closely, wait for a simple render. Yes, now our flow looks more rough and better than it was looking at first. You can even see that deep cravings, and then this and then that. You can always play around with these digits, and let me say 0.5 and let's see how deep those would be. That's really bad. 0.3. No. Oh, it's 0.05. So yes, 0.05. How would it look? Yeah, it looks more even visible. You can now see in this some wood looks unnatural. And smooth. Like this is how a natural thing looks like. It's never that very accurate. So yeah, now our building looks the way we wanted it to look. Now we have an HDRI, and the next medieval tutorial we are going to be making a terrain, and we'll be making a real environment for our building. Alright guys, now you know how to make a 3D model, texture it, and render it out for someone. Thanks for watching. If you like this project files, head over to my Patreon page. You'll get them there at only $1, or you could choose the $5 package, but doesn't matter. Just head over there. Any of them will give you the project files. And don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. And for those that haven't yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button, and happy holidays.